So, while Aiden was doing that, about yesterday's karaoke night, it was one of those special moments where I dedicated 2 songs to the podcast. It was -1. It was during Trinity Blood. I forgot the other one, but it was very magical. Very magical. Zero should know something about being magical.
Zero's the magical girl.
I have no shame.
Yeah, we're talking Sonic.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, we're all talking.
Pongo
Sonic
was
Boss
trying
sound.
to... Pongo was very gar. Very, very gar. Sean... I don't know Sean. I don't have anything for Sean, so... I'll just skip over Sean. Sorry, Sean.
Are me and Sean not guard together?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we going to do Spring 2015 wrap-up then, or what should we talk about?
I don't know, you're the
That
host.
seems
You
like
can hear me?
Do that, yeah.
We can hear you, yes.
I can hear you.
Well, I can't hear anything on your...
Oh,
You can't hear
can't hear
You
anything?
can't hear us.
No, that's not good.
No. That kind of makes it impossible. Have you tried refreshing yet? Or, okay.
Technical
We wanna
difficulties
reset.
on the podcast.
Do we want to reset the recording?
No, just leave it going.
We can edit. You can do post-edit.
Yeah.
Just trim up, Adobe After Effects makes it easy. Or Premiere. Yeah, Premiere.
Have you tried resetting your PC? Have you tried beating your PC with a baseball bat?
Do you know, so, one of those basic troubleshooting,
Tried plugging and unplugging headphones, nothing.
Is it Audacity that's making that happen?
I guess I can try refreshing.
Oh. Yeah, it might have started as soon as he started recording.
I think his he was having a lot of static as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he left, he said,
Let's try it.
now it's back.
Yeah.
Well, because Sonic's using a laptop mic, right?
I don't
So I
know.
think it would cause a little bit more interference.
Maybe.
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
So you just
Can you
needed a
hear it now?
refresh?
Ugh, rabbit.
Sonic, can you hear me now?
Maybe.
That's all that's important.
If you can, hi.
Hi.
No one else is going to say anything
Ar-
or worth anything.
Alright, so it's 20. We're 24 minutes behind schedule.
Good start.
So
Good
let's,
start.
Yeah. I mean, that's how all good podcasts go, right?
Let's get a...
About as well as...
We'll just edit it out.
Cut that part out. Cut that part
Yeah.
out. Leave that part in because it sounds funny. Cut that shit out.
We're going to have a 2-minute podcast in the end.
I actually
Yeah.
would not doubt that having a 2-minute podcast.
You're experiencing technical difficulties.
Hey guys, after the guys and girls, I should say, guys and girls. After the podcast, we're gonna have a karaoke night. All right. Let's have karaoke.
We're gonna do
Ooh, sounds
karaoke
good.
again.
So
We're doing part 2.
make sure you guys record. Get all your
Yeah.
Audacity set up.
Make sure you continue to record.
We're gonna have karaoke night. So.
I'm talking to our studio audience.
All right, so should we actually get started?
That's
Yes.
just for you to decide who's the host.
Mister
Take it away.
Hosta-san.
Welcome us to Rabbit Stew.
Rabbit Stew. Yeah.
Is that what we agreed
Welcome
on?
everybody to the inaugural podcast of Rabbit Stew. I will be your host, Aiden Rain, and with me today I have Pongo,
Hello.
Ciros,
Hello.
Sonic,
Sonic desu. Domo.
Bio,
Hey guys.
and the god of all anime Kami.
Hello, everyone.
Alright. That was interesting.
Wow.
AXK will be an AK, sorry. Yeah, oh yeah, Steph and her AXK.
Every time I see that, I feel like everyone's talking about me.
That's-
That's what we felt too.
That's what
I'm
we
somewhat
thought.
I also.
I'm somewhat flattered, but, you know,
Yeah, the Kami of all anime is being compared to an actual anime. Imagine that.
if you don't want to type it out, just get rid of the X.
All the poor listeners are going to be confused. Yes, we have a studio audience in chat today. You cannot hear them, but we can. Alright.
Here in
They're all in our
parentheses.
heads.
Yeah. The voices in our heads are speaking to us. You can hear us? Yes, I can hear you.
So,
Fangirls
we
loudly.
should record the chat as well
Kikimasu.
next time.
That would be an interesting thing if we could actually record the chat and put that on the YouTube
Yeah.
cast.
It would
If
be,
someone can screen cap, not screen cap, but like, yeah.
I know they can do that with like Twitch, but yeah, this isn't Twitch.
yeah, that's for a different podcast, I suppose. But,
Yeah. All right. So
We'll
This
figure
is
it out.
still a test.
the test podcast, which doesn't really have a topic, so we decided we're probably just going to be shooting the shit, most likely talking about the spring 2015 anime.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
just start off with people talking about their favorites.
All right. Who wants to go first?
The host should lead us off, should he not?
The host. fuck being the host. Alright.
Yeah, Aiden, what was your favorite show?
My favorite show. Hang on a second. I'm actually going to sign into a different site so I can look that up.
Okay.
A site that nobody else can see. I don't know. I actually, there were some pretty decent shows this spring. I would say my favorite two would definitely Food Wars and Dungeon.
Yes.
Food Wars has just been like so ridiculously hilarious.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Food Wars for me. The first 2 episodes, I wasn't sure
Yeah.
how I felt about it.
Yeah, I was not sure until maybe the admissions test, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this show is so fucking ridiculous, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's definitely
I mean,
probably my top 2 of last season.
I was probably all in from the beginning. I actually showed one of my friends the first episode, and he had a good laugh at that. So
Yeah, it is a pretty good laugh.
I think it's gotten better when it's not just over the top, like, fan service as the first episode.
they-
I feel like they're being a bit more fun with it now.
they've toned it down a lot. Yeah.
They have. Like, they've done the Magical Cabbage Girls.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's done a lot better
Cabbage
when it's not just
beans.
straight fan service as it was the first few episodes.
Yeah, when they toned down the fan service, that's when it started to get really good.
Yeah, this is AK. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel indifferent in a sense that this is a shonen, regardless of what a fellow Crunchyroll user says. That I do feel like certain elements of this anime is copy and paste from every single other shonen.
It's true.
I mean,
And the main theme is, instead of
Instead of fighting,
ninjas,
it's
superpowers, ninjas, shinigamis, and pirates, it's cooking.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I like about it, though. It's because it's like your typical shonen battle anime, except that all gets replaced with cooking. I think it's just such a ridiculous premise that it's hilarious.
Right. And I just watched the latest episode before coming to the podcast, and I did get a little giddy feeling about the protagonist.
Yeah, some of those are really good.
Conquering the difficulties.
I think it has Sona's a pretty great protagonist for the series.
Very much so. Very, very much so. He's not. I would say he's not OP, but he's not.
He kind of was for a while. Like, they just showed him not being OP recently.
We finally recently.
Yeah, this was
we
like the
finally got
first time we
challenged,
saw
yeah.
any faults.
Right, and that's great. You have to set a level of. You have to compare him. You have to juxtapose the protagonist with a villain. Well, not villain in this case, but a rival, just to have a sense that the protagonist is human. He is real, and he's kind of like me if I were to put my shoes on and transpose myself to him. And that was very well done.
Yeah, I really liked when they added the Aladini brothers as the main rival.
I think he has a lot of rivals. How many rivals does he have?
I think pretty much
Luca.
everyone in that school is his rival, and that's what he set out to do to begin with.
I mean, he stated that pretty loudly, and everyone's kind of after his ass after he said that. So
Yeah.
Very
Megan is fun. She likes tagging along for the ride.
yeah, that's one thing though. Unlike a lot of other shonens, you don't have Nakama power basically going through this one.
Oh, I think they have Nakama power.
To a degree, yeah.
To a small degree.
I think that was most apparent in
Megumi, right?
Well, when he was
Yeah,
saying
Megumi.
yeah,
I don't think he can get Nakama power in a sense. Not yet.
I think
You
he's the
I
one
don't
that
think-
gives the Nakama powers.
Right.
that could be right. Yeah.
Alright, so who is up next? Who wants to go next? Bio?
Oh boy, Gold's not here, so I guess I can. I mean,
You can say what you want.
yeah, exactly. My favorite was definitely Snafu too. So I just love the sort of drama that they always come up with. And I'm gonna have Gold show up or something.
Snafu 2 was fun for me. I don't think I was enjoying it quite as much as I was the first season. I think I was bored with it more than I remember.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean,
Someone's
someone's
like-
roboting.
Someone's robot, yeah.
I think it was Zeros.
I don't think that's
Oh,
Sonic.
That
Oh,
sounds
okay.
Oh,
Not
Is it-
Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic.
No.
Bankerlet. He's
He's
talking
going
from the
really
future.
bad.
Off to a great start
It's like the message.
on
from-
podcast number 0.
Yeah.
This is good, getting all the kinks out of the way.
Ah.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Let's
This is all going to be cut.
No, this is not going to be cut.
No,
This is going to stay.
This is gold.
Aiden, ask what Bio's favorite show is again.
yes, thank you, Megatron.
Oh, wow.
We understand.
I can't talk about that.
Slow clap, slow clap.
Okay.
Alright, so Bio, what favorite show of the season we got?
Okay, my
Alright,
favorite
so-
show
Who's that
was
anyway?
Snafu
So
2.
Bio was talking about Snafu 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bio was talking all snafu too, and then Sonic started being a robot.
It's not me.
Who's
Oh,
this robot?
oh wait, who is it then?
I don't know.
Someone else
There's an
jumped
alien
in.
in the chat.
Who's the robot?
It's not Sonic.
I don't sound like a robot, do I?
Is it Pongo?
Try muting mics.
Oh, so we're all just dead.
It might be the cast.
Close the Rabbit cast, see if that helps.
What? Start all over again?
No, just
oh, no,
close
it's
the
Loki.
video.
It's Loki.
Loki?
Yeah, mute.
Oh, Loki.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Loki.
Oh yeah, it is.
Ah.
It was an outsider.
Oh yeah, that's
Th-
studio.
This is the downside of having the studio audience.
We had a studio audience member rush the stage.
Now,
Um, I have
do
a
we keep
suggestion
that
for
in,
next
or
time,
do
but
we
let's just
No, we don't
No,
keep
we
that.
don't keep that.
Cut all over, Dave.
the upside of editing?
Yes.
All right, so Bio Snafu, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so I love Snafu. I loved all the drama that they would introduce. I especially loved almost all of the characters. They weren't just plain cut characters like a lot of other generic shows will have. Especially the introduction of Arrowhawk, which was just great from the beginning, basically. Where you have this person who's she wears a mask constantly whenever she's around the school, and she only seems to really show it to Hachimen right away. So
Yeah, I'd say her introduction was a nice breath of fresh air. I really liked her character. It was she played along the same lines that the themes of Snafu touches on.
exactly, she was like a
But,
perfect match for the shows.
Yeah. She was still like not being herself, but in a more overt way. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Is it fair to
Um,
say? Only you can make that decision.
Are
No,
we gonna
I-
be theoretical on everything we say?
Isn't that a commie's job?
It's
I
true.
suppose.
God, and it needs to judge.
No,
No.
I'm not judging. But in my case for Snafu, I don't know if we want to talk about the dark side, but rule one of the dark side, we don't talk about the dark side. But
Oh God.
Rule 2 of the dark side: you
There
don't
is no
talk
rule.
about the dark side.
no, there is no.
There's no dark side. What are you talking about?
Anyways, we're going a bit off topic, but
Slightly.
Snafu for me, how I watch anime, not that I don't support the industry, but I usually watch anime raw, that is without subtitles. When I can, it keeps my Japanese on par. It is a skill, and if you want to maintain a level of excellence, you gotta train it. And for Snafu, I believe I stopped getting it raw right away, like ASAP when it was available after episode 4. I believe that's when the story as a whole just somewhat degraded for me in terms of excitement, and the fact that Hachiman started giving a shit half the time to all the time, and that to me, I didn't want to see that. I really did not want to see him care in a way. While I do understand that you do need it for development, but perhaps it's the wrong way to go about it.
You always want to see Batman being Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Batman being Batman.
I don't know. I thought one of the biggest things that was his talks with Komachi, especially. I felt that she was probably actually the biggest influence in making him change a little bit. So
I think there was a total of 2, right? 2 conversations?
yeah, she had some, well,
Yeah.
pretty big conversations though.
They were big. I'm just asking. Is it just? I think it was just 2, right?
Yeah, there's.
Pretty
I think so.
much.
Yeah. I think those
Like
2 were
actual
all-
conversations? Or like the one where he just like shut her down?
Of course.
Just keep going.
And we're back.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. She didn't have a lot of screen time in this season, but she was a really big impact.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Okay, yeah. I know a lot of people were upset with, especially the ending of it, because it kind of
Cliffhanger.
convoluted a little bit at the end.
No real sense of ending.
Yeah, that too. I mean, but that's exactly where it ended in the light novels, so we can't really ask for too much more than that at the moment.
Well,
We can always ask for more.
We can always ask for more, but we won't always get more.
We never get more.
come on, that ending is pretty bad. No, excuse me. The ending is not bad. It's just
It's
the
not an
place where
ending.
it ended is poorly
It's-
chosen.
It's
They had
frustrating.
a fun day at the aquarium.
Right?
What more could you ask for?
See, that was all good. It was like after that when they started trying to be serious about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe they should have taken the BBB route. God forbid. Delay it and release something decent. Because that is their plan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They're hoping.
the ending being decent is yet to be seen.
Yeah, that's true.
And
They're
again,
making it
that-
bigger though. They're making it longer than a regular episode. So.
Right. It's the idea that they're trying to make it better. Because they realize
So this
that
is a-
maybe a 20-minute episode will not fit what we wanted to fit. So
So this is a safe segue to get into people's thoughts on BBB, Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Kekai Sensen.
Okay.
Yes.
Do I need to go over my thoughts again?
my thoughts about it, I hate it.
Well, yes, I would say so.
I did not like it at all.
Okay.
You
I,
can't challenge him. He's the host. He'll kick your ass.
That's a
Technically, I can.
I,
get into it a bit more.
Yeah.
Can kick
I watched
me
a
at
couple
any time.
scenes with Cruel. That was about the extent I watched of it. But those are pretty good.
I
Just
watched.
couple
Did
scenes
you
I
watch?
watched.
Zeros?
Yeah,
How much did you watch?
I watched like 2 scenes with Cruel, and,
Oh.
and that's it. I didn't watch any of the rest.
Well, I enjoyed the show. I thought the characters were all entertaining. Maybe aside from Leonardo and maybe Black and White, not too fleshed out. I thought the animation was pretty top notch throughout it.
I believe I was told that Black and White are original characters to the anime.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Especially
Yeah.
since they made the plot twist like all
Yeah,
around
like-
at the end.
Completely random.
Alright. I cannot say that
Who's-
the anime hasn't grown on me. It certainly has. Hate is just the other side of the coin of love. But to me, I do think the characters are interesting. I do think so. However, the way that they're about the way they kind of introduce the characters in say that each character has their own little arc, like 1 episode, 2 episode arc, that, kind of infuses everything together. But not, only until the end, I would say, during the climax of the entire thing, that's when you get to see a sense of coherency about what each character's place is in the anime. And I wouldn't say that's necessarily bad. I would say it's bad for a 13 episode anime because you have so much development time. 1 episode, I think 1 episode is fine for a single character, but you don't have much time for a cohesive story as a whole for that short amount of time. And I think that's where my hate comes from. It's not that it's episodic or anything. It's just so short that once you're done introducing everyone, the anime is finished, and what did you watch it for? Kind of thing. Wow. Anyone? It's silent.
I mean, I understand a little bit about that. Yeah, definitely in the beginning it seems like it's very episodic. And yeah, devoted most of the time towards one character piece, usually going through. But I actually do say later on that they are really wrapping it up. They keep tossing in bits of black and white basically throughout the entire thing. And especially if it is anime only, then that makes sense that they would go towards the end of the series with that. I mean, I liked a little bit of the episodic. In the beginning, I'd say it actually kind of irritated me, but after a couple more episodes of it, it just has some kind of charm to it, basically. I don't know.
I think, yeah, there's a just certain charm about the whole show. I really like the OST.
Oh my god, if I have to hear that ending one more time.
No? Sean will play it later, I'm sure.
No.
He's got a fix for it. So.
Sean will do the karaoke to that later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you better do that karaoke. Look, Sean, if you can sing that karaoke from start to finish, I will like it.
Whew.
K,
Challenge.
yes, my tastes are shit, but fuck you. I'm the host.
When K's the host, he can say fuck you too, right?
Yeah, when chances of K being host,
I mean,
relatively close to 0.
But no, yeah, I definitely love the soundtrack. The opening and the ending are both really great. I also love the animation style that it went with. I've heard a lot of comparisons to Baccano in sort of that style, and actually I can see that for sure. Not as violent as that, and they definitely toss in a lot more of the naming your moves sort of thing. But
BBB is more like explosion.
yeah,
heavy.
definitely.
It's more grand in scale.
Michael Bay's the anime.
Yeah, Bay the anime.
Another thing that I just really like about it is the idea of I just love modern fantasy basically. So where they were able to connect some sort of crazy fantasy event that happens with modern times basically, and that's what they did. So
No, certainly.
So you must be pretty into Gate then.
oh yeah, no, I love that. That episode's just great today.
I still need to watch that.
Spoilers.
Would you like to touch briefly on the first episode of Gate?
Well,
No, AK hasn't.
That's for
But
another.
I've already read the manga to a
podcast.
certain point, so I know what happened.
Okay, well,
The point is, no is the answer. Basically.
okay.
No.
AK has
I also
dropped
just realized
there's nothing to connect.
Next up,
There's
DVD.
nothing you can do unless you're the Dragon Pod.
What is the other vampire one?
Just just second real fast. Let this podcast be known. I do not endorse Dragon Moderator, not because of Cowboy, Crunchyroll at all. He's a douche. You can edit that one out. He's such an asshole.
Okay.
No, I'll leave that in. YouTube will love it.
Hate the guy.
Alright, so we
Who was talking
went
there? Was
bio.
Right?
Yeah, I think BBB was Pongo.
Well, that wasn't my favorite. I just thought we'd touch on it since it was.
Alright, so what was your favorite of last season, Pongo?
My favorite was probably JoJo, if you count 2 career shows.
Oh god, JoJo.
Our entire thread has been taken over by JoJo.
Ah,
That is true.
JoJo.
I would say JoJo and Food Wars were right up there. It's one of my top 2.
You can only pick one. Just one.
No, I'd probably go with JoJo
JoJo.
as my top.
Okay. I can't really.
I thought I really liked just the zaniness of it. It had very out there characters and action. I don't know the a fight of the week, bad guy of the week kind of setting that Stardust picked up. I wasn't super into for the first half, but I would say especially by this season, I was really into it. I think I just really liked the whole Dio confrontation at the end. Jutro grew on me a lot. He started off really stone-faced.
Did he get NTR?
And he still was. What was that?
Didn't he get NTR'd by someone? Would you like to go into that a bit?
Uh,
No. Just saying.
Everything with AK has to be NTR.
Everything goes back to NTR and hentai.
There's no such thing as hentai.
Let's just get that out. There's no such thing as hentai. And NTR was something Siros mentioned to me. And then I told him what NTR is, which we will not get into.
A different podcast.
Yes.
Let's have an NTR podcast.
That'll be the.
We will never have an
Let's do it
NTR
after
podcast.
dark.
Sorry,
I'll
AK.
host that, actually, if you wanted to.
No, we need to have an NTR podcast.
We will have an
podcast.
I'm sure we will.
The NTR podcast is going to happen.
When we run out of things to talk about, we'll have an NTR podcast.
So, episode 2?
Yeah, probably.
We should try to one-up each other in NTR. We all think of stories for NTR and each other.
Gosh.
Okay.
Whoever has the worst one wins.
Alright, I'll just take my trophy now, thanks.
Yeah, I place all my money on AK on that bet.
Yeah, I would too.
Alright, Sonic, what about you?
For favorite, I'm gonna go with Punchline.
Punchline.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
That was definitely
Punchline.
the one I was most anticipating. It's Noitamina and Mappa. Love the animation, the characters, the whole world that they set up, the story. Just the whole thing was really creative. It started out great with the comedy, but then it also had the story that really draws you in about midway, and then built to the end really strong.
Can I ask you something, Sonic, real fast?
Yeah.
I saw someone on the Punchline thread on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's he or she. I'll just address him as he right now. He said something about not liking Punchline because Ito, who's the dude? Pine. Sorry.
Pine.
Pine gave up his. Can we do spoilers or?
Yeah, full spoilers
Yeah,
are
sure.
alright.
Full spoilers.
Okay, so Pine technically goes away and dies, quote, and then Goody-chan goes back to her body, and I think he made a the user made a bit about how it's a terrible thing that Pine / Goody lost his sister and family or something. I can't articulate it 100%, but how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I would disagree there. Because I feel like they all made their choice, and they each decided how they wanted to move towards the future together, and the one chose the W's and the other ones didn't. And they all had the tragedy to deal with as well, so...
Okay.
I'd say Punchline. I think a lot of people who weren't super on board with the first few episodes.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And I think-
I didn't watch past like episode 2. I didn't really like what they were doing with it.
Well,
That was where I
opening
think.
Yeah.
felt by the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the first few episodes were great necessarily, but I think it did definitely improve. But I think just because it improved doesn't mean it ended in a great spot. I think just the fact that it got better raised my opinion of it a lot, and I don't think that was fair looking back. I think it's still kind of an average show, even with the ending. Like, the ending was fun. Like, the animation, like, really picked up. They were really ambitious with it.
See, I thought the
I would
comedy
say.
in the beginning worked really well to set the tone of, here's this guy, he doesn't know what's going on, there's this crazy conspiracies going on, there's ghosts.
I will agree. I will actually say Punchline did time travel much better than Steins Gate. At least it's not as convoluted as Steins Gate.
Oh, Gold's here.
So,
Gold finally shows up.
But yeah, those first few episodes,
Thanks.
even though a lot of people got turned off because it was over the top with the comedy and stuff, I felt like that set the stage really well to tie into all of the rest of the story, which, if they didn't go crazy in the beginning, and then when they get serious, people would be like, oh I can't take this seriously because it's too out there. But I felt like
Do you
with the
think
comedy,
the show
ties it together well so that you're not in this mood where you're just thinking, oh, it's got to be totally realistic and serious in the end.
Do you think the show would have been better overall if they just dropped the panty thing in general? Like, I'm not saying it has to be dead serious. Like, it can still have, like, comedy in it. But just, the initial setup of, like, him getting his powers from seeing panties.
I think
I personally like that because it goes in with Punchline. I don't know if anyone saw my post in the thread for the show, but Panchira means to show underwear, and Panchirine is punchline.
Yeah, it's puntastic.
So there's this wordplay
Yeah.
going on with it too. So I felt like they wanted to incorporate that into the show.
I mean, we could just change the title to something else. I think.
I mean,
I think it plays around with the stories. Sorry, for interrupting.
no, go ahead.
It does show that Utah, how he was a boy at heart, but he is a girl biologically. I think it does play on that role in the sense that you figure out that he's a girl later, but why would a straight quote girl react to looking at panties?
Yeah, I like that.
I do
too.
think, yes, it did well in that regard.
Yeah, I think the big thing was I was really bored and kind of, I don't know, just with those first couple episodes. But I mean, after you do go through all of it, and when it starts going full loop, you really see that there is actually a good amount of importance to the beginning, and
very much so.
keeping that ecchi sort of element to it. In fact,
Yeah, I think they did a really good job tying everything together
Very much so, yeah.
and showing
Yeah.
just like how much each of the little elements they seem like they're not important to begin with, but as the show goes on, you see that more and more and more.
So I
That's
have a,
common with the writer's style, though. Like, so you're excited for
Yeah,
Zero
yeah.
Escape, right? I mean, like a lot of his like games are like that too, where it's like really slow and you kind of don't understand how everything fits
Mhm.
together, but then at the end it's like, holy shit.
That's another reason why I like it, because the guy behind Zero Escape was behind the story here too, and I really like that.
I didn't actually know that.
Actually, for me, like, Punchline is kind of the 180 to DVD of everything making sense at the end, and something that really just try to you have to piece together everything yourself, kind of, at the end.
Mhm.
One anime, one that's kind of handed to you in a specific way. I don't mind. I don't mind either. But
yeah, I don't think either is a wrong approach.
Yeah, I just like the fact that you're, like AK said, putting it all together yourself, and it's not basically spoon-fed to you from the front. That, oh, here's the story, and it's about this, and it's here's a bunch of wackiness going on. Now we're gonna throw you in the thick of it, and then you're gonna get the heart of the story towards the end. So you got to keep a close eye on all the details and what's going on. Otherwise, things are going to go over your head, and I guess that's going to turn off a certain amount of people that just don't want to think about what's going on. Just look at the panties and be outraged by the ecchi in it.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that will instantly be turned off from this show. But I mean, it's in the synopsis. You knew what you were getting into when you started, so I mean...
And that's the thing that I find funny too. There's a lot of people that start complaining about ecchi in the show when it's like clearly stated.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I
look
don't
at
mind
the
that.
promotional art, the PV, synopsis. It's
I don't look at
everywhere.
any of those.
signs, it's there.
Panties everywhere.
And then somebody watches it, and then they're like, "Oh, well, this is
It's
too.
ecchi.
This ecchi is too ecchi."
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't look at any of those. So, what does that place mean? Somewhere else?
Yeah, I'd say I usually go into a new season, like, not even reading a show description. I'll just read the title at most and try out a show.
Yeah. I mean, you just glance at the art,
Yeah.
and that's it. Aside from that.
Yeah.
I usually glance at the art, read the synopsis.
I look at a good amount of stuff. I try to see what kind of genre it is, and then the studio that's animating it, and all that sort of stuff. So,
I usually try and go in blind as well.
I'm alone.
the other thing I like is that it was somewhat original, and it wasn't just based on a light novel or a manga that's ongoing.
It was
I was- yeah.
really well done for an original. Yeah.
It was better than Alcohol Zero. I'll give it that.
Oh,
Yes.
shots fired.
It's not a very high bar there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things are better than all
It's not saying much.
All No Zero is a space opera. We'll get into space operas later in the podcast.
I'm sure. AK
Yeah,
will return.
when we get around to what you enjoy, AK, that's probably all going to be just nothing but space opera. Space opera, the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. But to finish with Punchline, I would just like to say that, yeah, I mean, it transitioned very well, and it was very impressive that it could go from something so comedic and make it very serious, and it actually did it well. You don't see that all the times. You see it as just becoming cornier. It's like, oh, they just add this in to get some excitement in or something like that. But they actually did a very solid job.
Yeah, there was a point to the panties.
Exactly.
Pointies?
You mean besides wearing them if it's yourself?
Ooh.
And looking. I'll just.
Yes.
Alright, and moving on. Alright, so, did Zeros mention his favorites yet?
My favorites were taken so far. So
What's your
So
next
pick
favorite?
pick a different one.
Yeah, pick a different
Well, just say what your top one was.
Or we can do your least favorite.
No,
we
no,
got-
let's keep with the favorite right now.
Well, tell us what was taken.
Well, because I
and
like-
then-
Food
Okay.
Wars and JoJo were both taken.
Alright, so what's your third favorite?
I'm trying to think. I guess either Dungeon or Kinmoza. Which one do you guys want to talk about?
Dungeon.
I'm good with either. Yeah, Dungeon will be good.
Haven't seen Kinmoza.
I don't know.
I don't watch a lot of Moe Blob, so...
I've already
Yeah, I
done
did
my
not
I
inaugural
watched
watch
arc.
Kinmoza.
Moza because it has one more blonde than.
It's a show all about blondes. It's perfect for AK.
AK and his blondes, man.
Oh God.
Gonna expand the image with all
exactly
the
like
blondes.
Shino. AK is Shino.
So anyway, with Dungeon, I went in. I kind of wasn't expecting much. I was sort of just thinking it was gonna be a dumb, like just another RPG, but with like a lot more ecchi maybe, or something like that. But it's actually probably my favorite of that like type of stuck in a game world. Like, cause I don't know, I don't like SA or Lock Horizon that much, but I really liked Belle as a protagonist, and I thought all the characters were pretty fun, and all the fight scenes and stuff were really well done.
The thing about Dungeon, though, is it's not really them being stuck in a game world. It's that
Yeah, it
their
is the world.
yeah, their world is like a game world.
Kind of like Braga.
Yeah, it's sort of a lot of like
Or-
Draga.
No game, no life, basically.
Draga.
I don't know. No Game No Life is not much of a dungeon crawl. These are dungeon crawls, though.
I mean, with the supernatural type.
Okay.
And then get into Mondaiji too.
Yeah, I actually started picking that up when they released the light novel here in the States. So when that show started, I had already read the first novel, so I knew basically what it would be going in. And the first few episodes, I actually was kind of iffy on it because it was a lot faster paced and felt a little bit more rushed. But when it got into the stuff like that I hadn't read yet, it wasn't too bad. Maybe when I go back and read the novels now that I've seen the series, it will probably seem that way. But I liked it overall.
Actually, I just posed a question. I will pose this question to everyone on the cast. They're supposed to be a dungeon crawl, and they're going down floors. So how come they're going up a tower? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
That I'm actually kind of confused about that too.
Yeah, it's
are they going up or down?
I don't know, because when during the last arc of the series, they were definitely going down.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the whole tower aspect. Well, I understand the tower aspect to go up towards the heavens and stuff. But physics-wise, even for anime physics,
Anime
it's
physics.
kinda
Anime physics.
Weird.
I don't know. They never really touched a whole lot on what the dungeon was.
I mean, it's got Lowly Opie.
No.
Yeah, who needs anything else? We got Loli Opis.
The ribbon. We like the ribbon.
That's also taken over our thread.
Oh,
Taking over the world, actually.
But yeah, I'm reading the first novel.
Ribbons.
And I definitely notice a lot of differences in the beginning too, especially with the his relationship with his grandfather that is very much skimmed over in the anime. And I feel like his personality too is a bit different between the novel and the anime. Like he's more outgoing and more, I guess.
Is he less timid?
Yeah, less timid, but I think
He's very shy.
he's more opinionated in the novel, whereas in the anime you get the impression he's more of a gentle guy. And
He became the moe boy in the
Yeah.
anime.
Are those opinions like in his head, or
no,
is
he's
he actually
he's speaking them in the
vocally?
novel. I don't know if he's speaking them
Okay.
all in his head, or I think the majority is in his head, but he does have more of an opinion, it seems, in the novel versus the anime. Whereas the anime, I get the impression
What's up?
he's more this wimpy guy that's kind of gentle-natured.
Yeah,
He
he's
puts up that moe boy face. He's really an asshole deep down.
Just wait, give him a couple years.
Because in the novel they start off, he tells how his grandfather influenced him and how that sets him off on the journey to basically become a hero to pick up chicks.
I want to be a hero.
And who doesn't want to be a hero if you can pick up chicks?
I don't want to be a hero. I want to be a villain that takes them with.
That's
NTR copy.
typical commie.
NTR cast.
NTR. He's the hero of NTR.
A champion it very well.
Which is a villain.
And then like he's also thinking, impure stuff about the different girls he's meeting in the novel, whereas
Oh god, yeah.
whereas in the anime, you don't see any of that.
Yeah, in the anime, he's typical OMG boobs, blush, back away.
Whereas in the novel,
We
he's
don't-
describing like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get to see inside his head,
Yeah.
really. We only get the moe, I guess you want to call it, expression and reactions, so...
But as far as the anime itself, I mean, it's really enjoyable, and I definitely like the backgrounds and the character designs and all that, and I think it's done a pretty good job with the story, even though it doesn't have as much as the novels.
Yeah, and then don't forget, of course, the animation, especially with the fight against
Oh yeah.
the Minotaur there, so...
I think Kirito's fight with that Minotaur was a bit better.
it was very similar, yeah.
Yeah,
The guy's getting
it
a
was
lot of
similar,
voice
but
work these days.
No, I'm sorry, Firebolt, though.
Firebolto!
Firebolt!
Is it Fireball or Firebolt?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Right?
Did you know Firebolt is the first spell that a sorceress knows in Diablo 2?
So you're saying this takes place in Diablo 2?
He
Well,
is
I
a
think-
starter.
I mean, it's a pretty common generic spell for fire babies and stuff.
Dude, that's a pretty strong Firebolt.
Yeah, but
Well,
I mean...
Well, his
Yeah,
stats
for
were all
a level 1
maxed.
spell.
S.
Yeah, okay. You get a level 99 sorceress with max fire gear, and I'll get a smiter in with full fire absorbent. Let's see you, Conan. I'm sorry, I'm just getting off topic.
I will say they've
No,
done
but-
a really good job with Hestia's character from the novel into the anime.
Is it like a one-on-one, or is it?
It's pretty close to the way she acts in the novel, what she's thinking and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, most everyone else except Belle is almost pretty spot on.
Bell, I just feel like is the biggest change between the two. He's like the man's man at heart in the novel, but then in the anime he's just like this wimpy guy.
Which is funny considering it's Matsuoka who's voicing him.
So-
it was really good. I really enjoyed Danmachi especially. I love the fantasy element especially, and the fact that some of the characters were interesting. By the way, who was best girl of Danmachi?
The supporter.
Let's count how many Hestias we get.
Bestia. It's Bestia.
She's Brestia, but maybe not Bestia.
I'm caught between, I would say, Aiz or Ryu.
I think Ryu's the best.
I like
one.
the.
Yeah, Ryu is
Who was the
pretty
one
good.
Yeah.
with the eye patch?
Especially all the development she got at the end. She was really good.
The half human, half elf girl. It's probably my second favorite.
Yep. But yeah, it felt like I was watching Attack on Titan there at the end, especially with her outfit. Seriously.
They didn't have the 3D maneuvering cube, but they didn't do it either.
No, but her outfit
They have
looked like
magic.
she was in the survey corps, so.
Yeah, that's true. I guess to be original, I like the Asian girl, the long hair one.
I don't know which one that is.
We'll just say the blonde. Hell.
Eyes, okay.
Well, the elf is blonde too, so you don't know.
Oh, that's a good point.
As long as it's not that silver-haired bimbo.
Freya.
The
not,
goddess?
Did not like her at all. No,
The-
well, both Freya and
The one in the maid.
the waitress.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like the
Oh, yeah, the restaurant.
You don't like the waitress?
I don't like her at all.
She's pretty annoying,
I-
yeah.
I still have the going theory
about the one
that that's
working the
really
bar?
Freya in disguise.
That seems a very seems like a very plausible theory.
I don't know if we heard Pongo's.
Who was the one with the eye patch?
Oh, Hephaestus.
The blacksmith?
Oh, yeah.
Hephaestus. I liked her for as little
Really?
screen time as she got.
He likes a girl or a woman who knows how to play with tools.
Handy with tools.
And yeah.
How to manipulate tools to make things and
How
get
to
the
make a
maximum
new tool.
make maximum efficiency with it.
You're all putting words in my mouth.
Since she's a blacksmith,
I don't have such
We're
impure
making our
thoughts.
innocent Kohai not innocent.
no, since she's a blacksmith, maybe you could say he likes girls that know how to bang things.
Oh snap! Actually, just for everyone who doesn't know, in the audience, Pongo is innocent
Lewd
and
meter
pure.
rising.
He's very innocent and pure, but we try to corrupt him.
I'm the pure-eyed youth of the show.
Pongo is our dear Kohai that we try to corrupt as much as possible.
Yes, it's very true.
He's not very innocent after watching Kira no Kokai, though.
He's the youngest here, so he's still a Kohai.
Yeah, exactly.
He can still be the Kohai. He's just not the innocent Kohai anymore.
My innocence is fleeting.
Very much. So. Yeah, you gotta grow up, man. You gotta grow up and pay the bills.
Well, yeah, welcome to the real world.
We have to take responsibility for this.
Oh God!
Wow.
But Pongo,
All right.
you need to pick your next successor. So.
Oh, yeah. The next successor of
Just
the
no
innocent
Mega
and pure
Hobbit.
path.
No Mega Hobbit, though.
No, not Mega
No.
Hobbit. That's safe.
He's the Kohai that nobody wants, except maybe Max.
That's his son, though. I'm still
All
going
right.
with that. Yeah.
All right, keeping on topic. I guess we could try and ask Kami what his favorite was.
We can try.
All right, that's fine. My favorite is Hokaku no Pleiades.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Did that actually turn out to be interesting in the end, or it's just space opera?
It's not a space
Magical
opera.
girl.
Magical girl opera.
In space.
I will admit that I think the anime I have is a bit of a cheat. Ever since it aired in 2011, I've been looking forward to it more, to getting a series.
Mm-hmm.
And it touched bases with me on a personal level much more than any other anime. It's a combination of physics and cosmology and astronomy, all three of which I loved very much when I was growing up.
Not so sure
it's
about
not-
the
it's-
physics. I mean, they're in outer
The physics part.
they're in outer space
the
without
physics
any
part-
kind of equipment, and
No, it's not that kind of physics. It's
It's okay, magic.
more along the lines of parallel universes.
Oh yeah, I remember that being a big part of it.
It's the part where all the girls, all four of the girls, are theoretically separated with different universes. So they take one girl from one universe and they pair them all in one universe as magical girls to get the, what are those things called again? All the space candy to rebuild the
Space candy.
rebuild the
Well, they-
spaceship.
Huh.
And at the end, when they finished their task, they were tasked with one choice. Do you want to help the Pleiadius Seijin, the Pleiadius alien, fix their ship? And if you do so, you're going to lose your magical powers, and you're going to go back to each individual universes. And so each girl made the choice of saying, yes, we will do it, and they all sacrificed their friendship, in a sense, for the greater good that the Earth will survive. Because if not, the ship is going to crash down and destroy the Earth. So,
Sounded like they didn't have much of a choice after all.
they had a choice.
they could die
Yeah,
together as friends.
Do you want to die or?
Die together as friends, or live in another universe where you're not.
And I think they play a part of the Nakama power, in a sense. That they'll say the corny stuff that, well, I'm not going to forget you. I will always be myself, even though I'm not there with you. But that kind of stuff, mixed with space and astronomy and cosmology, and also the fact that if I were to ask how many people have seen the whole thing,
I have.
I have not seen all
I
of it.
stopped after the first episode.
I've not watched one episode.
right?
I think I'm the only one here
Oh.
who's seen it besides AK.
I don't know if it's
What'd you think of the
reasonable to ask though.
the Subaru engine revving sounds?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh,
remember
Subaru.
that.
I like how Nanako rode hers. But I don't get the whole car aspect of that part, in a sense. Like they have the grill, the front.
Maybe they just need money. Yeah,
It's like a product placement because the name's Subaru, and then
yeah.
the sound
That's
of the
what I-
sound of the revving on the like an engine on it.
Didn't they sponsor the show?
They
least
might
part-
have. Otherwise,
They must
why
have
would
done
you?
something.
Why would the main girl be named Subaru? And why would their other girl named Aoi for blue?
Yeah.
I think Subaru's main color is blue.
They're probably part of the production committee.
Oh, they sponsored the original shorts.
Yeah.
I think that's why I wasn't interested in it in the first place, is I thought it was just a commercial.
It is just a commercial.
It's a very good commercial.
It's a commercial with magical girls.
I wasn't interested because I thought it was going to go Madoka route, and people kept saying, no, it's not going Madoka. And I was like, okay, won't waste my time then.
Sort of did, maybe, but happier.
I like this better than Madoka. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did, but it didn't. Instead of
It's okay, there's another one that's going to test my patience. One with zombies coming up.
is that a short?
Yeah, it's Gakko Garashi, I think. it's supposed. It looks. They advertised it with the cute, innocent little girl aspect, and I've seen people already posting. And they're like, "Yeah, this is like Madoka with zombies." So I'm like,
God.
Madoka with zombies.
Well, technically, weren't the Magical Girls and Madoka zombies anyway?
It's a fair point. It's a fair
Yeah.
point. I can't argue with that.
They don't have souls, dude.
No, their souls were in gemstones.
Homer has a soul after. I mean, she recreates him.
Spoilers for people who haven't seen Madoka.
God damn it! I haven't seen that one.
Who hasn't seen Madoka?
I've seen the original series, but I haven't seen any of the movies.
Oh, well.
It's fine.
bad.
I don't care.
I'm sorry.
Probably not going to watch it anyway.
That is a shame. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't like how sometimes series needs a movie to kind of wrap it all up. It's like a chore in a sense.
I don't think it really needed a movie to wrap it up in any way. At least not the TV series.
Kind of, but if you don't watch the movie, and if you're like a fan, it makes it seem like, well, never mind. Because if you're a fan, you'll watch it anyway.
I know what you're
Fair
saying.
enough. Anyways, we're getting off topic on Madoka, so.
Is there a general consensus in the podcast that Brave Shine, aka Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works Season 2 is bad?
I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was that good either.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say fuck you all. I liked it.
Okay.
Oh, you like it?
I am waiting to marathon the rest of it.
I think.
All right.
Oh wait, so you...
Yeah, I
Sorry.
don't think it was.
I
great.
enjoyed it. I don't really care what anybody said about it. I enjoyed that show start to finish.
More? Or
Even if they did change some things that I wasn't quite happy about.
do you like it more than Dean version of Fate Stay Night?
I don't know actually. I did enjoy the Dean Fate Stay Night.
I think
As did
I think Dean is pretty charming with the world.
Well, I'll say I didn't enjoy the Dean Unlimited Blade Works.
Hmm.
But that was something else. You can't really condense something that could be stretched out to a full length like 24 or 25 episode series into 2 hours.
Which they're gonna apparently try to do with Heaven's Feel.
Like in the Dean one, I like where they have the music and then they're like Fate Stay Night.
Well, my problem with Unlimited Blade Works is they never actually had to chant properly. Like from start to finish.
Oh, you mean the actual Unlimited Blade Works chant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't like.
It's
Right.
true.
And then the fight between Shiro and Gilgamesh.
Oh please, that is so rigged.
No, but no. My problem is when he went to make his Shiro went to go to say his chant, it was something completely different than the one that was in the VN.
I think by the time we got to the Shiro and Gilgamesh fight, I had already seen so many fights that was just people throwing swords at each other.
Yeah.
Shiny swords, I'll give you that.
Well, that's pretty much the
But
only
still.
way that Archer and Gilgamesh fought was they do nothing but throw swords at each other.
They don't actually throw
Yes.
swords, they just kind of materialize it.
Yeah.
They just kind of go at each other.
Nonetheless, I was kind of
Yeah, Archer
Sick
can
of it
fight
by that
hand-to-hand,
point.
but he doesn't.
But-
At least he didn't in the Unlimited Blade Works. Aside from
Yeah.
those fights against Lancer.
Well, here's the thing.
He's Gar like that.
Here's what makes Gilgamesh good. The
Oh,
fact that
boy.
he doesn't have to move or do anything himself half the time makes him that much better. And I will give you two examples right here. One was with him fighting Ryder in Fate Zero. He waited until Ryder was right in front of him, and he used his chains. What are they called? Heaven? Chains of Heaven?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Something
to
like
restrain
that.
him. And he did that with Hercules in Berserk in Fate Zero. Fate Stay Night. But he did not do it with Shiro. Now, granted, it works. If you're more divine, the more the chain works. But that doesn't mean that the chain won't work.
He tried, didn't he?
He tried to use it at the end when he was being sucked into.
Right. And
yeah.
why didn't he use that before? Is what I'm saying.
It's because, like you said, the more divine you are, the more the chains work. Since Shiro had no divinity in him at all, those chains wouldn't really work on him.
Yeah, but I don't think Ryder, Alexander has any divinity in him either.
I don't remember.
No.
I mean, they are going by.
It's possible that he did in the Fate universe.
I think that he didn't use the chains because it seemed like Gilgamesh's fight against Shiro was all about how Gilgamesh saw him as nothing more than like a bug, basically, the entire time. Whereas he wanted to fight Saber, and he didn't want it. He thought it was a waste of his effort to go all out against him at all, basically, until the very end where he was about to die. So I mean, I think that's why he didn't bother using the chains until the end.
I'm still a big Gilgamesh fan.
I know.
Mongrels.
I am the anti-Gilgamesh fan. So there you go.
You can't radiate that much aura, and the only reason he lost is because the author was being the author.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
Plot armor.
can't have the hero dying.
Wear that plot armor with pride.
Think
Hate plot.
it's not because he's blonde, right? Okay.
I'm pretty sure
No.
it is.
Do you know how dogmatic his figure is? Hey,
It's because he's blonde and sits on a throne and drinks wine.
that is very true.
That's not a bad
And-
combination, but
Actually, he sits on a throne that's so above you that he'll just be like, whatever.
Well, he was the king of the world at that point in history. He kind of thought he earned that right.
Well, I think he did, in a sense.
Yeah, and he did go through his trials and whatnot.
So, there can. Gilgamesh is the best.
okay. I like Lancer more, I'll say. It's such a shame that he has such a horrible master in both of them.
That's the fate of a lancer.
It's
and
so
it
bad.
seems to be.
It really is. Like,
Yeah.
That's what he gets for putting no points into luck.
so are you saying Sakura from Madoka has no luck either?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
It's probably
She's a Lancer too, by the way.
Do any of them have luck in Madoka?
I mean,
Maybe. Well, it's just more along the lines that I don't know if there's anyone that has had a spear not die.
it's not a good weapon.
No, it's not.
it's a commoner's weapon.
Hawk, I suppose Hawk is pretty good with a spear, but we don't know his fate yet. So
He's gonna die by the end. It's a given.
That's not really a spear, though.
I don't know what it is, but yeah.
It's more of a pole arm. instead.
Okay.
So
Yes,
it's not-
Ludmilla. Yes.
I mean, actually, so Ludmilla's VA, she strained her vocal cords, so
Yeah.
like it doesn't. It's not just the character that gets screwed; it's anyone associated with So like with Madoka, all the girls know Sakura, so they kind of get screwed.
I think the only one in the end that didn't get screwed was Sakura and Homura.
What do you mean they both died?
Spoilers.
All right, so I need to move
Which end are we?
the series.
Wait,
Series.
do we keep saying Sakura or you mean Sayaka?
Whatever. What? No. Sakura's the one with. Sakura's the spirit. Redhead.
Yeah, but she dies.
Oh, Kyoko?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, she has two first names.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure they
It's
play on that.
tricky, yeah.
We were talking about
Redhead.
Sakura from Naruto.
No.
That's
Oh, jeez.
and she
You're
doesn't
talking
get
about
screwed.
card captor Sakura?
She doesn't have a spear. Okay, I got you. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not a good time for anyone who picks up a spear. It seems like, so you should probably just choose a sword instead.
A sword or a bow?
I mean something else.
No, all
At
these
least then you have a
archers are
chance.
apparently gar as fuck. So.
Rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket
Yeah.
launcher.
Magic also tends to get owned. Like, I don't think casters ever have particularly good end either.
No.
Well, it's kind
I mean-
of bad when the caster is a human pervert.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
But like one thing I noticed, like casters are kind of set up to fail because all the knight classes have resistance to magic, and they're already considered the best classes. So it's just like,
yeah.
what is caster supposed to
I
do?
mean, she had freaking rule breaker, and she still didn't win.
Yeah.
She had like half of the servants under her.
She put too much trust in Archer and all that crap. So I mean, you just gotta make them do what you need to do. I mean, you can't put trust in your servants. It seems like so.
No, she was. Well, Fate Zero. Well, to be honest, I think they all die because they love someone.
Love the enemy of the Grail.
No. Like in Fate Zero, Caster likes Joan d'Arc, and in Fate Stay Night, Caster likes her master. So there are recurring themes.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy.
But yeah, I like Lancer better than Gilgamesh, so you'll just have to bear with me on that. He's just such a more, I don't know, not charismatic, because I mean, Gilgamesh is probably the epitome of charisma in that sense, but basically, the fact that Lancer was actually like willing to help them and everything like that, whereas even though his master was telling him not to do all this, he still was doing it. He's always the hidden hero to the protagonist, I guess.
Well, maybe if he didn't choose a spear,
Yeah.
and you know,
I mean, he has such a bad end in both of them. Stab yourself to death. Oh, great! I love
but what are
my
you gonna do with a
master.
spear? I mean, you're not gonna whack yourself to death.
Well, he shouldn't be forced to kill himself.
Yeah.
That's such a horrible way to go. It's like, I'm in the game. This is exciting. Kill yourself. Shit.
Wait, didn't Lancer Zero killed himself
He did.
the same way?
Yup. Commanded.
Wow.
And
He seemed more upset about it though.
The fact that they don't have much resistance to that.
nobody can resist it.
Yeah, like even Saber resisted stuff when she was commanded to.
Saber has like OP magic.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell is going on with Saber, but yeah. Well, Lancer, after stabbing himself, he got back up. It's like, I'm dead, but I'm not faded away yet, so I'm still gonna finish this.
I suppose.
And we all know his fate in Carnival Phantasm, so.
Well, he didn't get commanded. Well, did he get commanded to die? No.
No, but he
He
dies,
dies
like, every
every
episode,
episode.
because he is the Kenny of Carnival Phantasm.
Oh my god, they killed Lancer. Bastards.
They use the same
Kisama.
they use the same line they use for the Japanese South Park, I heard.
Oh.
There you have it. Okay.
Okay, what's next on the agenda? Mr. Host, I did.
Now that's a very good question.
What major shows haven't we talked about?
I think we should end it, actually, if everybody's gone, because we've already gone on for an hour.
Yeah,
Just
we've gone on
this
for.
is a test.
Well, it's been a little.
How much of that hour is usable, though?
Yeah.
Seraph.
Yeah, we could talk about Seraph.
Well, I think we should end on one note. Maybe just one more note or something.
Okay.
What should we do? What should we karaoke Brave Shine again?
Are we karaoke
No.
Brave Shine?
A treat for the audience that bared with us.
Oh God, poor audience.
Dude, I am not.
Do they deserve
I'm not gonna
to hear
sing
us
like.
sing Brave Shine?
Look, I'll sing by myself if I have to, but I'm not singing with you guys.
Oh.
That's a demo.
No, we should all at least jump in on the Brave Shine.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we need Leo if we're going to
What
do
about,
Brave Shine again.
That's true.
What about
What
our
a shame.
most disappointing?
Oh, most disappointing, huh?
But no details, just say what it was.
Snafu 2.
Ouch!
Shit.
Ouch! Ouch!
We're starting early with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Burn.
My most disappointing was Plastic Memories.
Oh.
Ooh. Why?
Why? I
I thought we...
liked the end. I'll just start with I liked the ending. But it was all of the build up, and it had a lot of possibilities and directions it could go, and I just say that it did not go the way I wanted to, and it became very generic in a lot of senses.
Alright, so like the ending was pretty much standard feels.
Yeah, I will give them props, first of all, that they did not back it down. Thank you for that, because I was ready to just be like, they're gonna pull some plot twist here at the end, but they let it happen. I'm like, alright, that's how it ends. Good. Let this be a painful, memorable moment. Make it beautiful. So that was my most disappointing.
I'll go next. I would say my biggest disappointment was Yamada. Now, that's not to say I did not like the show. I would still probably say it was one of my favorites. Probably, yeah. I still think it was one of my favorites of the season, but I still feel like it could have been so much more. It was probably close to one of my top shows at the beginning of the season, but then it
Okay.
felt so rushed, and I had trouble keeping track of what they were doing.
Have you read the manga at all, Pongo?
No, but I will say the show has definitely inspired me to read it,
Okay. Very good.
which
yeah.
is
I
only a
started
good
reading
sign.
it. I'm really liking the manga.
I, as someone who's fully caught up with it right now, I'll just say it's really good. It's a lot of people quit after the first arc, but keep going. It definitely gets really good. So
H9 told me not to bother reading it.
Oh,
just
who cares what
don't-
H9
don't
says?
listen
Well,
to H9. Don't listen to H9.
We all know that H9 is a noob.
I know
so-
you're in the studio audience, H9. No, you need to watch that. You need to read. It does not suck. Go finish Higurashi.
Now you can do that
Alright, who's
legally
next?
because Sentai picked it up.
Your favorite anime is shit.
Well, it's not really legally until they put something out there. So
Well, to be honest, let's just be honest here. All of your guys' tastes in anime are shit.
okay,
No, your
okay.
taste
I'll
in
deny
anime
that.
are shit, Kami.
What if I say my favorite anime is Yamato?
That remains to be seen. Because Yamato is not shit.
Okay, all right. Well,
So a little contradiction there, kind of.
Sonic, don't pressure luck. Don't pressure luck, Sonic.
but yeah, Yamada really rushed. They cut out a lot of stuff and they rushed it, and you can definitely tell, even as someone who hasn't read it,
Mhm.
that they rushed it. So it at least it's inspired you to read it.
Yeah, I think the disappointment comes from how much I was enjoying it. Just you're only truly disappointed in things that you love.
Well, that's just. Were you hyped about it?
I would say I really enjoyed the first few episodes. It was probably one of my favorite shows of the season early on.
All right, let's just be honest here.
And then-
Movement hype is real.
No. Lumi had no hand in the hype demise.
Wasn't that vampire show Lumi's hype show?
Vampire.
So-
Hey,
Yeah,
Sarah.
sure.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I
Oh
like
no,
Sarah.
guys!
Listen, we all knew what Surf was going to end up after Lumi.
At least it had Shinoa. That's what I'll say. I enjoyed Shinoa.
I think I'm the same as with Fate. I think I'm probably one of the few people that actually enjoyed Seraph.
No, I like Seraph. I wish it had better animation.
It just didn't live up to the hype.
Stuff is fine if you don't hear the people talking.
That would make it so much better.
I have to say, I probably did enjoy the manga more than the anime. But yeah, I still enjoyed the anime.
Okay. Let's see. Suros, what was your least favorite, your biggest disappointment?
I'm trying to think. Cause I like drop stuff if I really don't like it. Actually, no. Okay, I'm gonna say Nisekoi. Actually, even though I didn't really like Nisekoi that much, Haru let me down. She's disgraced the cardigans.
Haru?
Like, she's okay, but she didn't save the show for me.
She's an
It's just-
Onodera. I mean, she's gonna be just as boring.
Oh, shots fired.
I've got H9 all over my back now.
Dude, guys,
It's okay.
pick a side.
Shitoge is shit too. H9.
You guys need to pick a side and stay with it.
Okay, but yeah, Suros, I definitely agree. It was just an OVA season, and they did nothing basically. Haru she's not a character if you weren't fully invested that's gonna save it for you. So yeah.
There's not much left to say. Disappointment.
The cardigan disappointed.
I was actually gonna try and catch up with season 1 before the season aired. Now I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Season 1's pretty good. It's just
Season 1 is alright, yeah.
Season 2 is a huge letdown, and yeah, I'd say my biggest disappointment is probably a tie between Nisekoi and High School DxD Born.
Oh, DxD, man. How
It was rushed.
That show kind
it
of
was
Yeah.
So we have AK's
scrambled all
answer
over
then?
the place with the story. I just the last few episodes were so painful.
Well, that's exactly what they did, isn't it? They mixed and matched all the light novels through, what, like 7 through 11 or something like that?
And it didn't even have the ecchi to make up for it in the last
No.
6 episodes.
They got rid of it.
It was just like alright, we're doing a serious story now with not too much ecchi, and, well, the story sucks, so...
I dropped it around like episode 6. I don't want to watch this anymore, so I won't.
I'll admit, DxD was probably among my very top shows for the season starting out. I was always laughing so hard at everything that was going on, basically. Especially the parent scene when he's meeting Rios' parents.
I mean, the first few episodes were alright. I mean, I was enjoying it, and then it was just about midway.
Pretty
wheels
much
fell off.
when Loki showed up, that's when it just started falling apart.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it really started derailing there, I would say, yeah.
And pretty much the same thoughts on Nisekoi. It felt like one big OVA this season compared to the first one. I mean, there was a few good episodes here and there, but
Yeah.
just wasn't cohesive together.
Magical Girl spinoff.
I mean, I really liked the first season because everything was working together and felt like it was building towards something. Even if the romance doesn't build towards anything, the story felt like it was moving. But season 2, the story just felt completely flat the whole season.
Well, Nisekoi is never... It always appears it's moving forward, but it's really just standing still, so...
They haven't done anything in the manga.
But I mean, the first season, they explored the characters a lot more. They definitely gave more attention to what they were thinking and their problems and all that stuff. And then the second season's more like, here's their wacky daily adventure for today, and here's another one, and here's another one.
Yeah, and you really can tell, especially when they have 2 titles for the episodes, like when they split it in half like that. So.
And it's basically a bunch of side stories compared to the first season where it was one main story, even if it's from different perspectives.
I don't know. I mean, you take it from the manga, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Those are all in the manga.
I don't know if you can say it's a side story.
None of it was really crucial except introducing Haru.
I'm saying it feels like a side story, even though it might be canon in the manga. The feeling of it compared to the first season was a lot more scattered.
It's canon filler.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what we call it now?
Canon
I
filler.
would agree
Canon
with that, yeah.
filler.
I think just the way they handled it too, like they intentionally handled it as the split stories with, like he was saying, it was, here's the title of the chapter in the anime, like, oh, there's the title, here's the little story, there's the title, there's the little story, episode's done.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Okay. That's a good cue to end it.
I would say so, yeah.
Alright,
So, and what about
wrap us up.
my least, my biggest disappointment?
Then what is it?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't really have a huge disappointment. If I would have to say my biggest disappointment would probably be either Nanoha Vivid or Yuki Nagato.
Vivid. I liked Vivid.
I did too, except for
The way it ended.
the way it ended, the derpy as hell animation.
Yeah.
It did get better as the series went on, but still.
I'm sorry,
And
the mock battle made it all worth it for me.
Yeah,
It
the
needs
mock
to-
battle was amazing.
We need more fate.
Yes.
Yes.
No, we always need more fate.
We did get
Fate.
we did get some Fate Nanoha in the beginning.
Yeah, but they just totally dropped out. Doesn't matter.
They did.
Yeah. Well, it's a spin-off. It's not actually a sequel to Nanoha. It's a spin-off.
It's all about Vivid. Or
Yeah,
Vivio.
it's Vivio and her adventures. But the other thing that I didn't really like about it was how much they cut out from the manga.
Yeah. Okay.
But especially that ending. Oh my god.
There will be more. There will be more. Okay.
There
There's
has
gotta
to
be
be more.
They said we'll take a brief interlude. So we'll be back.
We'll be back, and hopefully 7 arcs will be animating instead of A1 Pictures.
God. A1's just... It's just the lazy worker. It's just like sometimes you really motivate and put everything into it, and other times you get derpy animation like that.
Depends on the show.
Sometimes... Yeah, sometimes they make a Sword Art Online, and sometimes they make a Denpa Kyoshi.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
God.
much. Is this going to be our cash cow or just the cow?
Oh, just the cow.
If it's the latter, they will make it look like a cow. Yeah, that's probably a good cue to wrap it up right
Oh, what
there.
about what was your issue with Nagata?
Well, aside from Haruhi,
I like
I don't know,
Haruhi.
I enjoyed it more as the manga than I did as the anime. Like, the pacing just felt a little off. Although I do have to say, I really, really loved the past few episodes. Like, the disappearance arc where she was technically her from the main series. That was probably my favorite part of that, the anime so far.
Yeah, I mean, I had pretty low expectations going in, considering, it's not KyoAni and it's not the main story.
No, dude, that's what makes it good. It's not KyoAni.
Uh,
It's not the main Haruhi story. It's different.
We never did touch on Hibike.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Aiden, are you the
probably
one
good.
who hates KyoAni?
I am
Yes.
the one that hates KyoAni.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, let's wrap it up there on the hate note. let's not
Always good
mention
to end
how
on a
Hibike
negative.
or KyoAni are shit, and let's just call it a podcast.
You're going to get lots of hate mail.
Oh, I want tons of mail.
Everyone gets hate mail.
People are going to be writing in.
I'll deal with it. I will be fine. Like,
Well, if
hey,
you badmouth anyone in here.
Hibike love wins.
Hashtag Rainbow Crunchy. Oh, jeez.
Alright. So, we should wrap
Yes,
up now.
We're going to wrap it up there. Alright. Alright, what did you just say? Dear Rabbit Stew Podcast, your taste in anime sucks. The end.
Yep.
That's about right.
That sounds about
Alright,
right.
so on that note,
Yay, first angry fan letter from the audience.
yeah, first angry fan letter. Alright, so with that, the Rabbit Stew Podcast has come to an end. Goodbye. No,
It was good.
no, that's we're gonna do a better ending than that. Sorry. All right, so really,
Well, I guess we can end it with that.
It's ended.
Rabbit Stew Podcast signing off.
Let's not take other people's, yeah. Okay.
Alright, should we stop now?
This is the end. Thank you to our wonderful studio audience for bearing with us this entire time.